We're here in Grand Junction, Colorado today to do Art on the Corner, a project that is done by the city business districts of Grand Junction. And you can sort of see the pieces all on the corners here and the landscaping and the street that was done. Back in 1963, this community was in disarray as they trying to figure out what to do with the streets, and they had a bold idea to turn it into a curvy street and be able to make it more accessible for people to walk and shop. And then starting in the 80s, a series of artists started to come down here, and there was a big recession that was through the whole country, but also in the oil and gas fields here they were having some issues. And the artists started making pieces and putting them out on the street, and they created Art on the Corner. And you can sort of see they just transformed the whole community. You can sort of see they worked with the landscape community here, building these big spaces for the trees to grow, making it more comfortable for people. All the restaurants seem to have outdoor seating, places for bus stops that are cozy and comfortable, or just for hanging out and sitting. Lots of bushes, and then about maybe 5 to 10 pieces on the block. And you can sort of see these pieces. They range from abstract pieces that are bolted to the ground, and bike locks and racks that people can get into as they wander through the spaces. Lots of charming restaurants and shops, and then very classic sort of sculptures as well, and these big huge pedestals that were made by the local welders that the artists knew at the time. You gotta see these nice little brick layouts here that turn into spaces for people to sit, and then also house the artwork to protect those pieces. From what I got from Dave and Sarah, who are the executive directors of the Grand Junction Business District here, as far as the art part goes, they said they only got one piece hit in 40 years. Most of the vandalism that comes from people trying to stand on them and be on the pieces, and less about actual falling apart or cars hitting them. So this is a fun ode to having artisans biking in the street, and small little pieces as well as large pieces that we've seen a few places. It goes on for many blocks. It is about a 1 square mile area is what they say. It's more of a business district. There are plenty of places. I kind of love how this parking works, where it's curvy. It makes it so the drivers have to be thinking about what they're doing and not just rushing through. And you'll see a lot of the sculptures do not project out to the drivers, they project into the walkers. And so that allows more of a space to be able to enjoy the artwork. This piece is really fun because it actually moves. Don't know if we'd be able to get away with this in Minneapolis, but it is an interesting scenario to have a piece that actually works around. There are definitely different techniques and different styles of how the art walks are done throughout the country. This one has been around for 40 years, so they have had to figure it out along the way. The ADA was just getting started for American with Disabilities Act, so they have been improving upon allowing people with wheelchairs and other components to be able to walk these streets. But you can sort of see, across the street is a big alleyway. They turned them into murals. So they're really using the space as well as they can to be able to have artwork. Also just really good quality. Pedestals allows a consistency to go through the space, and people just to be wandering with their kids and dogs. It is a great space to see. And they do have some larger pieces here. It is a very big biking community, so you can sort of get a sense of why they have these great big sculptures of a big bike here. This is the second one on the trek so far. They make plaques for different things and talk about what is going on and how this works, and just some fun in the whole process of it. They know who they are, and they get to really make the street look great. It's great to see pieces that are modern as well as traditional, and how they work on the corners. So as people are driving by on a main street, they get a glimpse of what's going on here. And then as you get closer, you can enjoy it as people are wandering through the streets. And this is kind of what we were looking for our own Arts District Art Walk, to be able to transform Central Avenue into something that is much more usable by humans, not by cars. So this gives us a glimpse of how this works, and we will continue our process of discovery. Thank you very much for playing with us.